89.5 FM KPO San Francisco and KPOO.com. Few minutes after 6 o'clock in San Francisco on the first day of July. That means it's time for the Computer Show program we do on the first Wednesday of the month here on KPOO that focuses on issues and concerns of low-income people and people of color from the perspective of technology. And we're glad to have you with us. And a little bit later, we're going to be talking about diversity or the lack of that with the Reverend Jesse Jackson, and he was talking about that issue not too long ago in a panel discussion at South by Southwest, so we'll hear about that and diversity and the lack thereof in the news today with Twitter, new reports about Twitter and the very, very, very low number of people of color, particularly African Americans, at Twitter. So we'll get to that just a little bit later. But everybody talks about social media, and you can't turn on the news or read the newspaper to not hear about something happening with social media. And one of the queens of social media, one of the Kardashians, was just in town yesterday, and they said that she almost shut down Twitter. But people use Twitter for all types of purposes. But Twitter is, and other social media, they're very, very important tools, but not everybody who's in business utilizes social media to its greatest potential. But there's going to be an event that's going to be happening just a few weeks, talking about how small businesses can utilize social media, and this is an event sponsored by Oakland Digital and Social Media for Small Businesses, and that's going to be happening on Friday, July 17th at the Oakland City Hall Council Chamber. So we wanted to spend a little time to talk about the importance of social media for small businesses, and we have on the KPO Live line Shaun Tai. I'd like to welcome you back to KPO. Good evening.
Thanks a lot for reinviting Oakland Digital to the radio platform. And, you talked about diversity and technology, which, of course, is one of 3 gaps that Oakland Digital is looking to bridge is tech inclusion. 80% of our board are women of color who also hail from companies like Google and Twitter, North Face. So really important companies that we want to push the envelope and hopefully get more attention to the lack of diversity, as you call it, not just for the diversity of ethnicity, but also of gender. So thanks for highlighting those needs. So Social Media for Small Business is an annual event that Oakland Digital puts out, and this is way before hackathons were cool. This is way before the concept of diversity and technology even existed. It wasn't even a conversation. So in 2009, when Oakland Digital started, digital divide traditionally is the hardware. So before, when laptops and computers were $3,000-$4,000, that was the old digital divide. What Oakland Digital has been working to bridge is the digital literacy divide, meaning how do you use these tools? People in Silicon Valley know how to use it. People in Oakland, maybe not so much so. So in 2011, we brought Yahoo to Oakland. In 2012, we brought Google to Oakland. 2013, we brought Twitter to Oakland. 2014, we brought Instagram, Facebook to Oakland. This year, we're hoping to bring LinkedIn, Square, reinvite Google, reinvite Twitter to Oakland. And every company I just named there was a first for that company to be in Oakland. We're more than just about bridging the digital literacy divide. We're trying to empower the Oakland community and really reach those underrepresented, underserved populations with digital literacy. And we're trying to reinvest in our community with education and digital literacy. So like you said, Friday, July 17th is the event, oaklandsocialmedia.com. Free registration. We're opening it up thanks to our sponsor, Kaiser Permanente, which in itself is a huge deal because this is their first main initiative to look at social media to empower lower income communities. So we're absolutely thrilled that Oakland Digital can be a leader of the digital literacy movement in not just Oakland and the Bay Area, but nationwide.
A lot of people who run businesses, particularly older people, may see social media, particularly Twitter and Facebook, as a time waster, something you could do on your own time, to have fun, to chit-chat. But as far as being implemented in the workplace, it's a time waster. And if it's brought into the workplace, people in the workplace are going to concentrate on spending all their time on Twitter and Facebook for non-productive purposes. So the philosophy is no Twitter, no Facebook, no Google in the workplace. Why should that view be changed?
You're absolutely correct. And to a certain degree, those companies are right. Most of the time, young people especially use social media in quote-unquote social ways. And again, for what we're trying to promote is digital literacy and social media for professional use. So to answer your question, it's absolutely vital. And again, Kaiser Permanente sees it as vital that young people, entrepreneurs as well, utilize social media for professional use, for businesses, to get new customer bases. Just the other day, I was walking down the street and saw a few people I knew, and they were talking to me about Oakland Digital, and everything that they said came from our social media. Meaning what we put out there is what people perceive your business as. So if you're an older business, let's say you've been around for 20, 30 years, and you have zero presence. And when I say presence, I'm not talking about websites. Websites were very popular in the 90s. To a certain degree, to a very less degree, they're important now. But our engagement on Facebook is 10,000% better than our website. So our website, we might get 200 to 300 views each month. On our Facebook, each post is roughly 500 to 1,000 views. So again, just from an analytics and an engagement perspective, look at how things have changed. Our website was very popular in the 90s. Now it's social media. Next, it's sensors, like sensors in actual cell phones. Then what is it? The point is that things are becoming more social. Things are becoming seamless. Things are moving at a very fast pace, and we have to pick up those left behind by the digital and social revolution.
Businesses are getting more mobile. In the past, those businesses would have to engage in cash-only transactions, or they would have to set up elaborate electronic credit card systems that many businesses couldn't afford for the short return that they would get for being at these remote locations. Will this conference talk about any ways that businesses can utilize the new technology of being able to get paid via the smartphone?
So in 2011, when we brought Yahoo, we also brought a company called Square to Oakland. And what we did is we distributed 1,500 squares when no one even knew what those little white plastic things. Now, of course, Square is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they're known everywhere. We're reconnecting with Square this year to introduce the concept of cash tags. So if you're interested in cash tags, which is the next generation, how do we pay for things seamlessly, come to oaklandsocialmedia.com and learn from Square. Get introduced to the concept of cash tags. We're reimagining what economic independence is. What does it mean to be a small business? How do we get those businesses that are predominantly women-owned, that are truly left behind by the digital revolution, up to speed? How do we get money in their pockets? How do we revitalize our neighborhoods? And it really starts with digital literacy, opportunity, and tech inclusion, the three pillars of Oakland Digital.
And we're speaking with Shaun Tai, and he is with Oakland Digital, and they are co-sponsoring along with Kaiser Permanente a social media for small business symposium, 1 Frank Ogawa Plaza. More and more people are depending on Google Maps to find out where to go. Can businesses utilize Google Maps to let people know that, hey, we're on Google Maps as well?
Oh, that's a great question. And actually, one of our board members, Allison Bernstein, who actually works at Google, is presenting on July 17th. She's going to be talking about Google My Business, which is a platform that is free for businesses to sign up with. It integrates Google+, it integrates Google Maps. So when you Google search for a company, and what pops up, it used to be the website popped up first. Now it's, of course, social media. But on the right far side of the screen, there's typically a map. And that map connects to the Google Plus platform. So it's now a social platform. So people think Google search is just about websites. It's becoming a social platform that integrates, as you say, Google Maps. It integrates reviews. It integrates photos, integrates how to get places. And so the whole idea about real estate online is what you see on a Google search. So what you see on a Google search is 10-to-1 social platforms, thus the death of websites. So I actually personally, on my own view, see the death of websites, but more of a social experience for customers to really make the best decision on what to buy, what to share, what to talk about. And again, it really starts with the digital literacy component. So absolutely, Google Maps is an integral part of the customer experience.
How is technology being utilized to enable people to interact with each other, to electronically exchange resumes and business cards?
You'd be surprised that you think everyone's on LinkedIn, but in fact, not a lot of students are. In fact, only 1 out of every 10 students we meet is on LinkedIn. I feel technology has made in-person meetings, in-person communication 10 times more important. Ultimately, it's about the human conversation, about the human touch. We want to connect the physical and digital. So what we do each year is we have a networking session after the event, and we actually just let people talk to one another. So we even had small businesses that partner together. We've had small businesses that cross-promote each other via social media. So it's a great community gathering beyond just technology.
And we're speaking with Oakland Digital Director Shaun Tai, and his organization is co-sponsoring a symposium on small business and social media, and that'll be happening once again Friday, the 17th of July, 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Oakland City Hall. Will there be any sessions about security, how businesses can be protected from internet scams and other ways people are trying to mess with you online?
Technology by its nature is neutral, but what we can do is curate your social media and online presence in a way that the quote-unquote haters and hackers will get eliminated from that conversation. So if you curate and you're consistently creating your content or having your team create content, your strength and power will actually destroy the haters. And I think it's a very powerful thing. You need to stay on top of technology. You need to understand the latest platforms. You need to know which platforms work for you and which ones don't. And again, Periscope's a beautiful example of reinventing live video. So how do we keep reinventing all of these new platforms, make them better, make them stronger, but at the same time involving those under-resourced, underrepresented communities? Shout out to MC Hammer, who's been down with us since 2012. There's some other great leaders that have been supportive of Oakland Digital. Mayor Libby Schaaf will be at the event on July 17th as well. Go to oaklandsocialmedia.com, network, learn something, share something, hashtag Oakland Social Media. Really appreciate your time, and I look forward to meeting everyone and shaking your hand.
And also, this is a free event, correct?
100% free, thanks to the sponsorship of Kaiser Permanente, Walter and Elise Haas Fund, and definitely individual donors that have been donating every year.
And if our listeners want to register or they want more information about Oakland social media, where can they go?
oaklandsocialmedia.com. You can go to Oakland Digital States, but just Google Oakland Digital, learn about us, get involved, and again, let's all inspire that Oakland.
All right, thank you very much, and good luck.
Okay, peace, thank you.
89.5 FM, KPO San Francisco, and KPOO.com. And that was Shaun Tai, Executive Director of Oakland Digital, and they are sponsoring a symposium on social media for small business, and that's going to be happening Friday, July 17th, 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Oakland City Hall, Council Chambers, 1 Frank Ogawa Plaza in Oakland. Space is limited and registration is required. So if you want to sign up for this event, oaklandsocialmedia.com, and it sounds like it's going to be a very, very powerful and informative event.